Hey, welcome back. This is Scott Schubert, and in this video, I'm going to answer a really exciting question that just came in recently. And this is all about what some people have wondered. How can you tell if I'm showing turning points just using the benefit of hindsight, or if you can see it done in real time and know that it's true? So make sure that you're clear inside yourself that if you discover today something that is proven to be true, that you are prepared to take action on your side as well. So let's get started with that right now. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe below and click on the bell icon. Make sure that you're updated on all future videos that I release the very moment that they're published. So some people have implied, and not just implied, but some people came right out and said, you're just showing things in hindsight and not showing them in real time. And I got this comment from Kel. Every time I see one of these educational videos from a Forex expert, I always have the same thoughts. It's so easy to point out impulsive and corrective moves in hindsight. Just once. I would like to see somebody upload a video of him or her trading impulse and corrective price action in real time without any video editing. And if that means uploading a 6-hour or a 10-hour video, then so be it. There are so many videos on YouTube talking about trades you could have done in the past. Can anybody point out someone? Can anybody point out someone who is uploading or streaming live videos of trades in real time? And this is not a swip against Scott, who is obviously a smart man, and I appreciate the effort he's put into educating people on how to trade. But watching these types of videos in hindsight has gotten old to me. I want to see real-time trades. I don't care how long the video would be. No hate, and just talking out loud. I really do appreciate the effort, though. Okay, so this is a really excellent question, and the first thing I would like to say about this question is, hello, I'm Scott Schubert. This is what I do in my life. Every single day of my life is show people all of the trades that I'm talking about, not in hindsight, but live in real time. So if you weren't aware of that, I can forgive you for however it is that you weren't aware of that. But now that you're aware of it, let's take a look at some proof of that that's right here. I mean, look, you just look back on my YouTube channel and you'll see there are some recent live streaming videos where I showed my trades not in hindsight, but in real time. And also I do that every day, twice every day, at least twice, sometimes 3 times a day if I include sometimes the Asian sessions. I'm showing all the trades, not in hindsight, but in real time. So if you ever saw something that looked like this, would that mean anything to you? Okay, look at it carefully, because I just entered a short, and to me that's just like the most obvious thing. How could a person not see that? Oh, now that looks like the long entry that we were looking for. Let's see if we can oh yeah, that's got to be it. Okay, I'm gonna get him. I see that growing, it's growing. It doesn't have that spike, so there's no spike. It's still growing. That's why I think this is the move, and I'm not expecting a reversal. That was certainly a last minute decision. I think it's going to keep going. And I just stick with these gold. Is that, I know that that's an entry. In fact, that's the only thing I've seen. And that's good. In fact, seeing that there's an entry on gold, that's all we need. Do we need anything else? We should be done right there. I'm done. I entered on gold. Now, that's all I need to do. The dollar's not making any trade. So that's excellent, and that's a very excellent comment, and thank you for pointing out that what it is that I'm doing is exactly what you and everyone else wants. I already know that, but thank you for reminding me that, because I do know that everyone wants this kind of training, and you need this kind of training if you have any desire to become successful in trading. It's probably not going to just happen automatically by you sitting there watching YouTube videos. So here's another thing I would like to point out about that, and that is that when you look at a chart, everything on the chart is in the past. There's no future on the chart, and there's really no present on the chart except for the current price. It's just the current price is the only present. So everything else on the chart is in the past. But when you think about it, or if you think about it, you will discover that you can take charts and learn how to trade by looking at them, looking at stuff in the past. In fact, there wouldn't be any way to learn to trade unless you're looking at a chart, and everything on a chart is in the past. But what's really important to realize is that, say for instance, if I were able to help you to identify this point and say, okay, you could become aware that that point is a turning point, not by me pointing at it, but by a whole series of things that show that that's a turning point and that that would be a good place to go long. And we did go long there. And if you were to be able to realize that, and you could realize that that's true about the market, then it wouldn't matter if I entered a trade there. That wouldn't have anything to do with it, because what would really have something to do with it is if you realize that that's true about the market, and then you could do it for the rest of your life. Whether I entered a trade doesn't mean that you could do it for the rest of your life, but if I showed you how to identify these turning points and you were able to do it as well, then you would know that that's true about the market, and it wouldn't matter if I entered a trade there or if anyone else entered a trade there. You could do it yourself for the rest of your life if you gained that skill. But once you discover that someone is showing you exactly how to do it, then that kind of changes the picture where you have to take action. And that causes people to become uncomfortable because they would rather just sit there and bitch. Once you know that you can't just sit there and bitch anymore, you need to learn how to trade. Here's how to do it. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But just be clear about what your intention is. Be clear about what your real intention is and uncover if there's any conflict. Like, I really, really, really want to trade, but I also really believe that making money is bad. You know, if you have that conflict, uncover it and overcome it through the proper methods on how you could do that. I have even heard people come right out and say, and even brag about it, saying, I would never pay for any kind of a training, or I don't pay for any kind of a tool. And what's the reason for that? The only reason is because you don't consider this to be a legitimate business. If it was any other business, if you were learning to be a doctor or learning to be an attorney or learning to be a computer programmer or any other thing, You would get the training, you would get the tools, you would do whatever it takes, and everyone would know, of course you would do that. But when it comes to trading, people would say, I wouldn't pay for it. Because the reason you wouldn't is because you don't consider it a legitimate business. And the other reason that you wouldn't pay for training is because you don't actually have an intention of making it work. If you actually had an intention to develop a skill and learn how to trade, then you would do it. So why is it that people don't want to do the things that would cause them to be successful? Anyway, that's just one of the things that holds people back. But now that you know that I'm showing this in real time every day, and that the turning points that I refer to in all of my videos, I'm not referring to them with the benefit of hindsight. I'm referring to them showing you that you can learn to identify them. Not just by me pointing at them at a chart, but there are several steps that you would have to learn to take to be able to visually identify these things at the moment that they're happening. Not later, right at the moment that they're happening. And that's what we do. That's what this is all about. So now that you know that, you can ask yourself, what do you want to do about that? So if you really want to do anything about that, as I say in all of my videos, you can go to tradingmastermind.com. You can click on the link below. You can enroll in our free training, and eventually you might get an invitation to join our live trading every day. And then you would have to make a decision as to what you choose to do and what would be your real reason for choosing to do that. I hope that this is a tremendous help to everyone who is searching and trying to learn how to trade and really earnestly wishing that they had some way of making it work out. So until the next time, I'll see you in the next video.